It is a very bad day for J Prince Jr. In fact, it's a bad day for J Prince Sr. It's a bad day for the whole Prince family because All Star JR has just released a scathing diss song, absolutely taking apart the whole Mob Ties empire, and he has called it Mob Untied. All right, I can't play the music, but All Star JR, the shooter of Ben 10, just dropped a music video, and this is really interesting because if you remember, he just dropped another video called Expensive Wristwatches. Now, this was a song that basically responded to and kind of mocked the situation where obviously Ben 10 from the NBA crew associated with Youngboy ended up getting shot. Allegedly, he had been sent there at the orders of J Prince Jr., you know, the younger father and son duo, the gangster duo that apparently run Houston. They've got a set called Mob Ties. And basically, allegedly, they went there to rob All-Star JR. There was some kind of issue involving All-Star JR's baby mama was apparently dating J Prince Jr., but it all went left. The story goes that All-Star JR grabbed the pistol from Ben 10 and ended up shooting him. He's still in critical condition by the sounds of things. And so when this song dropped, a lot of people thought that this was going to be a huge diss towards Ben 10. Obviously, the cover art was a Ben 10 reference, making fun of Ben 10. And also in the video, he was wearing this shirt that said, "Unplug that bitch ass N-word." Also elsewhere in the video, he would debut what he called the Ben 10 challenge or the Ben 10 dance. He would be seen writhing on the floor, surrounded by cash. I think it was right at the end of the video. At this part, he basically went to Instagram. He said everyone needs to do the Ben 10 challenge and do the dance laying on the floor, pretending you've just been riddled by bullets. But the song itself didn't include many disses towards the Prince family or Ben 10 specifically, and a lot of people in the comments said he ain't even dissing, he's just popping his shit. He doing what he normally does with the audience. Everyone thought it was going to be a diss, but he just used the publicity to put eyes on his talent. And it put eyes on his talent, all right, because this has 500,000 views in 2 days. Now, All-Star JR had some motion in Detroit, but nothing like this, man. But he actually finally dropped that diss song. So this just came out two hours ago. Mob United. It is the full-blown J Prince Jr. diss song. And the whole J Prince family diss song, really, look, he's put it on the floor. He's scrawled it on the wall, Mob Untied. He posted, "Where's OG3?" This is all from the music video, and it's a very, very disrespectful song, and it's a giant diss song. Where's OG3's put the question mark there, and it's a whole diss song aimed at the Prince family. Now, I can't play you the song, but what I'll do is I'll break down all of the lyrics from this song piece by piece so you can follow the mad disrespectful track. So at the start, you kind of hear him rapping, yeah, the Mob Untied, and we're seeing sprayed on the wall, "Where's OG3? You know, Detroit versus everybody." You know, it's straight up. It's saying the Mob Untied. It's a diss song, not just at J Prince Jr., but the whole Mob Ties movement. So his first lyric was, "These dudes crazy, I'll blow this bitch wherever." Straight up, straight into the references about the shooting at the restaurant. So he goes on to say, "You wanted kit, you shouldn't reach for mine ever." And then in the video, he does a little skit where somebody's basically laying on the floor and he's reaching for their chain and they on the floor popping it at them. So I guess they recreating the whole Ben 10 shootout scenario in the music video. Very disrespectful. Look, you can even see like he fakes the shooting. Look, it's just so disrespectful. So he went straight for J Prince Jr. He said, I wish I could play it to you, but I don't want to get caught up with the copyright. He said, "Junior running around here tripping, use a hoe." So he's calling J Prince Jr. a hoe straight up. And while he said that, he had more footage of people laying on the floor pretending to be shot, doing the Ben 10 challenge, as you can see there. Very disrespectful. So he said, "Keep on sending flunkies at me, keep on getting them dudes smoke." He's basically confirming that the flunky Ben 10 and his boy Ron was sent at him by J Prince Jr. So All-Star JR is actually a tiny little bit of Gucci Mane influence maybe going on here, because he's basically laying out, he's saying, "You sent flunkies at me and I'll keep getting them smoked." So he's confirming that J Prince Jr. actually sent the flunkies at him to try and kill him or rob him for his chain. So he says, "You was in the private school learning, trying to choose a hoe." So he's basically attacking J Prince Jr.'s background. And, you know, his father, J Prince Sr., Mob Ties, he really came up, got it out the mud. His son was very rich and privileged. J Prince Sr. was popping. So he's basically calling him out. He's trying to hit him with the B-Rabbit 8 Mile shit of like, you went to a private school, you was trying to choose a hoe. I was really getting it out the streets, out the trenches. And as it's all being said, there's more people doing the Ben 10 challenge on the floor. It just doesn't end. It just doesn't end. So he says, "Shootout right there in Confessions. Now I'm 2-0. And I believe this is a reference to another shooting. I don't know if he maybe committed a successful shooting we don't know too much about, or is he talking about the incident where they tried to kill All-Star JR? He got shot in the face and survived. But the lyric, he has no cap in his raps. He said, "Shootout right in Confessions. Now I'm 2-0. And the shooting took place inside Houston's Confessions restaurant, as you can see there. So zero caps detected in All-Star JR raps. He is a real one. And then he says, "Put that belt on Little Ron, now his fluid's gone." He's talking about the other person that got shot in that incident, apparently Lil Ron. And then in the video, you got someone showing off the Take Who Chain You Silly t-shirt. He popping it. He said, how the F you let me get the stick? You guys knew you was wrong. So he's basically saying, how did Ben 10, how did they let him get hold of their gun? And again, he's confirming details about the incident. He's slick doing a little Gucci Mane right now. And he's saying, you know, you dudes are wrong. And it's so interesting because loads of people have been talking about this case. And a lot of the talk on Reddit is people basically saying, look, J Prince Jr., Ben 10, they know that they're in the wrong. And you can't hate on All-Star JR for being Defensive Player of the Year and getting busy. He was defending his life. He was defending his jewelry. So there's not really much sympathy for J Prince Jr. at all. And Ben 10 obviously is very hurt. There's sympathy for him. But, you know, he was allegedly trying to get it cracking and ended up having it reversed on him. So JR just keeping it very, very real. Maybe a little bit too real. But he is telling the whole incident exactly as it happened. He said, petty ass pistol, but F it, I'ma use it though. He basically, he's making fun of the gun that allegedly Ben 10 had. He's saying it's a petty ass pistol. He's saying that he ain't even impressed by the firearms that they've got on them, but shit, he'll take it and use it and pop you with it though. Bro, this guy, he a real demon from Detroit. He actually the realest rapper out here right now. He said, if you fuck with 3, I know by now that you'll boo a hoe. Now, I don't know what that's in reference to. I don't know if he's saying that, you know, if you cool with OG3, then your girl's going to be cheating with 3, or if he's saying if you're cool with OG3, All-Star JR is taking your bitch. But he basically, he was allegedly there at OG3's birthday. Maybe they were cool. Maybe they're not cool anymore. But he's saying that if you mess with OG3, your girl probably a hoe. He said, lame dudes playing with their life. I know a few of those. And he just, you know, he continuing to just lay the belt lyrically. So he says, could have had the Prezi scot-free, but you blew it though. And he's showing off his Rolex watch. Now, his last song was called Expensive Wristwatches. This starts to make me think he's talking about the President Bracelet Rolex Day Date. All right, I'm a big watch guy. And he's basically saying they could have had his watch scot-free, but they blew it. So I don't know if he's saying that they actually did, you know, end up stealing his chain. From what I understand, it does seem like he low-key confirmed that his chain did actually get taken because he said had to shoot to the D and get new ice because my man's Ben 10 took some of my stuff to the hospital with him. So it seems like he's kind of confirming that they actually did take his chain with them to the hospital. But then he's saying you could have had my Rolex, and that's probably a $30,000-$40,000 watch at least right there. And he's saying you guys are dumb. You didn't even get my Rolex. You took my chain. The chain's probably ain't worth anywhere near as much as a good condition Rolex Day Date. I'm guessing there were no boxing papers involved at the restaurant brawl, but still naked would fetch a pretty penny. He says, how the F is you dudes demons with a crew of hoes? Now, I don't know if he's calling everybody in the Prince family and the Mob Ties movement hoes, or if he's saying that you guys roll around with girls. You know, the whole situation appeared to stem from a baby mama drama. I don't know if he's trying to say that his baby mama rolling around with J Prince Jr. is being mob ties, so the whole crew's made up of just a bunch of baby mama hoes. I don't know. But he is disrespecting the whole crew and basically saying the whole crew a bunch of hoes. So then he disses J Prince Jr. personally. He said, how is you a kingpin? Your daddy runs the show. And obviously, J Prince Sr., his name has been holding a lot of weight in Houston for decades now. Obviously, mob ties, they were involved in a lot of serious situations over the years. The feds were trying to shut him down. He ended up beating it. But J Prince Jr., quite frankly, has probably grown up living something of a life of privilege. He's embedded himself in the gang world of Houston. And, you know, he reps mob ties. He's been involved in a lot of situations. He was there when Takeoff got killed. A lot of negativity follows J Prince Jr., but even All-Star JR, he's putting him down and basically saying, your daddy run the show. You ain't really a kingpin like your daddy, no matter what you claim on the gram. Then he says, if I was a bitch, my pops would probably kill me like he came. And I think what he's basically saying is that if he feels like if he was as much of a bitch as he thinks J Prince Jr. is, his pops would have actually taken him out. His pops would have killed. His pops wouldn't even tolerate the nonsense. And that's a really interesting point because we're hearing these rumors from Whack 100 and other people that apparently J Prince Sr. was actually very upset about these shenanigans and the negative attention that his son J Prince Jr. was bringing upon him, Mob Ties, and Houston. He said at the end, boy, I ain't the one, that's why your lick turned to a murder. Now, I don't know if that's him talking about another incident that went down in Detroit, because I'm hearing All-Star JR been involved in a few serious bang-outs in Detroit. Or is he basically saying that, you know, if OG3 dies, this failed lick, is going to turn into a murder and he's going to have actually caught a hat. I don't know if that's what he's saying, but again, that's a crazy way to end the song. So he's finished rapping, but at the end, he says like, hey, Ben 10 Hospital, stop wasting the power. Unplug that dude already. Bruh, we already seen the t-shirt. Now he's got a message at the end of the video for the hospital telling them to unplug him and turn the power off the life support. What am I hearing? He says, I thought it was over with up there. I don't know how you keep getting him back. And I think that's him actually confirming the rumors that Ben 10 might have actually died. They're saying Sadie Nash said that Ben 10 might have actually died twice while they was trying to save him and put him on life support. And he's making reference to it. And then it ends with just a very extended Ben 10 challenge at the end there. As you can see, it's extremely, extremely disrespectful. And he just says Mob Untied behind the song. It is wild, to be honest with you. It's absolutely wild. Now, I'm curious to know what the comments be saying. They're saying, bro got every right to go crazy. They're saying she picked the wrong JR, lol. This on repeat, RIP Takeoff. So people, as I said in the previous video about Jay Prince and his daddy, man, like, people ain't really rocking with them right now in Houston, man. People aren't feeling them. They aren't feeling all the nonsense they've been involved in, namely the death of Takeoff. They're saying defensive player of the year, let's get a bag. How you a kingpin, but your daddy run the show, bro, popping his shit. And you can't even be mad about it. It says they should have just let fam enjoy his meal in peace. How the F I get the stick? You know you dudes are wrong. Oh my God. They're saying I'm definitely from H-Town, but I'm riding with Detroit on this one. They're saying he putting belt to ass. All-Star JR, the shooter of the year. He didn't start it, but he def continuing it, lol. Damn. He's saying Dallas, Texas here. Shout out to them Detroit boys. As a Texas dude, we playing this all summer. If F around and find out was a person, it would definitely be him. They're saying that ain't no coming back from this. They tore up his ass. Keep applying that pressure. All over Texas, Dallas, Texas, we rocking with the Detroit stuff. Stay on their head. Shoot out right there in confessions. Now I'm 2-0. We not going 3-1-3 stand up. They're loving him. I'm from Louisiana, but right is right. They played with the wrong one. Had JR in my playlist before this. Now I'm really rocking with him. All right. So, man, Jay Prince Jr. listening this thinking, damn, I really effed up this time. I think Jay Prince Jr. is having an awful, awful day. Okay. Awful day. And I don't know how they're going to turn this around. I think that the image of the city right now is just in tatters. They're saying safe to say Jay Prince and NBA wasn't ready for the All-Star game. Detroit on their ass. Woo, this was energy. This was the energy, man. They're saying they gave him the battery. They're loving it in Ghana. They're saying do the Ben 10. It is absolutely crazy. They're saying Midwest new All-Star JR being him. 100 glad the rest of the world is waking up. Ben 10 feeling like a goofy right now. It's crazy. Okay, you want a kit, shouldn't reach for mine ever. And he's got some real quotable lines in this, man. Made fun of the blower he disarmed and popped his ass with. That's crazy. 2026. Took an NBA player to the Detroit All-Star game. That's what they're saying. And people are pointing out his disrespectful comments at the end, talking about quit wasting them people's power. Unplug them. Ouch. It is absolutely crazy. And it's a good song too, guys. It's actually a good song. It's a hard song. So look, it's a Houston in shambles right now. I'm not going to lie to you, man. And, Jay Prince Jr., we're going to need to see a response. He said in his previous post that he put up on social media that he would be sitting down for an interview and breaking it down. Well, we're going to need to hear it because All-Star JR just broke down the entire situation lyrically. This was like Crash Dummy Part 2. I'm not going to lie. This was Crash Dummy Part 2. To tell the truth, you went out like a real Crash Dummy. It's low-key in the same lane. All right? So I don't know if this is statement music. This might have to be a whole new genre. We had Gucci Mane. He innovated with trap music. Now he's invented statement music. That's now the statement music's now the big thing. So look, I don't know where this is going to go from here, but we're going to need to hear from the Prince family. We're going to need to hear from Jay Prince Jr. He's going to do his interview, he said. Who knows? He might sit down with Club Shay Shay, $1 million worth of game. I'm going to need to see another Jay Prince Sr. interview. He does, apparently, according to that last video, he does seem to like to sit down and, get on the microphone, get to talking like everybody else in this generation. So I'd love to know what Jay Prince Sr. thinks of this whole situation. And unfortunately, a lot of damage is being done to the Mob Ties brand. They're calling it Mob Untied. That is crazy. Okay, so look, it's no disrespect. I'm just reporting on what's going on in the world. This happened. I didn't cause it. I didn't go to no restaurant. I wasn't in confessions. Only one making a confession is All-Star JR on that track. All right. So I'm going to keep track of this story. I'll let you know if anything else happens, but it's definitely a rough day for Jay Prince Jr., man. Catch you guys in the next video. I'm